Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sathya. Hope you guys are all doing well. In today's video, I'll be discussing about how to achieve a flawless base makeup for oily and acne prone skin. So to get a flawless base makeup, you need to choose a product that are meant for oily and acne prone skin. So I'll be sharing some of the things and some of the products that are meant for oily and acne prone skin, and I'll be showing how to use them and what are the products you need to include and eliminate everything. So yeah, without any further delay, let's get started. To get a flawless base makeup, the first step you have to do is a skin prepping. So skin prep is really important step that leads to get a flawless base makeup. So the important step in skin prep is a moisturizing. So you have to choose a moisturizer that is meant for oily and acne prone skin, and you have to choose a moisturizer which is a gel based moisturizer rather cream based moisturizer, because creams are little bit thicker and little bit greasy and it may clog your pores. And I have 4 different moisturizers that is really good for oily and acne prone skin. So the first moisturizer I have is the simple replenishing moisturizer. So guys, this is a little bit creamy based moisturizer, not super creamy. It's a gel and a cream. It's a mix of gel and creamy moisturizer. I have talked about this moisturizer in many of my videos. So this particular moisturizer is non-comedogenic, which means doesn't clog your pores and which doesn't leave any kind of pimples or anything. And this moisturizer is a good moisturizer for oily and acne prone skin. So other than that, I have 3 different moisturizers. I really wanted to tell about this. This is the Plum green tea mattifying moisturizer. This is also one of the amazing moisturizer which is also non-comedogenic, which is good for oily and acne prone skin. So the recent favorite moisturizers are the Pond's super light gel moisturizer. So this is a perfect gel based moisturizer I want to show you, because this is something new to market. So as you can see, this is a jelly based moisturizer, so which instantly absorbs into your skin and hydrates your skin really nice, and it gives a very clean canvas to your skin without giving a oily or any greasy effect. So this is also one of the best moisturizer. So the last moisturizer I have is this one. This is the L'Oreal Hydrafresh Anti Shine moisturizer. This is also a gel based moisturizer. So this gives a this suggests anti-shine. Really, it's a mattifying moisturizer. So all these moisturizers are non-comedogenic. I have used and tested for a longer time, and you can close your eyes and you can try this one. So in today's video, I'll be trying the Pond Super Light, because this is the affordable moisturizer, I can say. You can get a smaller one also. So I'm going to massage into my skin. So as you can see, it's a good gel based moisturizer. So after applying moisturizer, you need to wait for 30 to 40 seconds so that the product absorbs into the skin. So by the time we'll be discussing about the next step. So the next step is priming. So primer is really important, because if you have a pores or oily skin, this helps to create a base, a perfect canvas to your foundation. So I have 3 different primers that I do recommend for oily and acne prone skin. So the first one is the Nykaa Premier primer. So this is a silicone based primer which creates a clean canvas to your skin and blurs out the pores, and which is perfect for oily and acne prone skin. So this doesn't give any kind of pimple for me, so I really recommend this one. The next primer I have is this one. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte primer, so which is a shine controlling and pore minimizing and hydrating feel. So this is also a great primer, and it is a cream based primer, but it doesn't clog your pores. So really a nice primer for oily skin. So before choosing a primer, make sure which is a mattifying or pore minimizing primer. So don't go for illuminating or dewy primer, so which are meant for dry skin. Please read the description before buying any products. Read that it is a matte or dewy. So next we have this one. This is the PAC Pore Primer. So this is a primer which is meant to minimize the pores. So as you can see, I have a lot of pores over here. So this primer helps me to create a good base for my skin, and creates that really good surface to apply my foundation. This is also a good primer for oily and acne prone skin. After using this primer, I did not see any kind of pimple, so definitely you can try. So today I'll be using these 2 primers so that you get an idea how to use these 2 primers. So I'm gonna start with the PAC Pore Primer. So this is a This is also a gel cream based primer. As you can see, it's not thick paste, it's a creamy jelly kind of a thing. So I'm gonna use the pore primer around my nose area, so where I have a lot of pores. So this pore primer just fills into the pores, so it takes little bit time. So make sure you are massaging into the pore. So the other primer I'm gonna use is this one. This is the Nykaa Prep Me Up primer. So this is a silicone based primer. As you can see, it's a transparent jelly creamy kind of a primer, as you can see. So this is also you can use around your nose. I'm gonna show you. If you want to use both, you can use this primer around your face. So the Nykaa primer is really a oil free primer. So if you have oily skin, like entire skin you get oily, you can use this one. So next we'll be moving on to the foundation. So before going to the foundation, there are a few things that I want to share with you guys. So when you're starting your makeup, please go to the store and select your foundations, because there are so many different foundations like matte finish, satin finish, demi matte finish, and illuminating foundation, dewy foundation, and full coverage, medium coverage. There are so many things. In that I have selected like 5 different foundations which I'm going to tell you today, which are meant for oily and acne prone skin. I really like this foundation, guys. I have so many other foundation also, but this is something I really comes in a first preference. So the first foundation is this one. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte+ Poreless foundation. So this is a really good foundation for oily and acne prone skin, because this is something I don't get any kind of pimples. It's a medium to full coverage, so if you can build up this foundation, so you can use a less or more. I really like this foundation. So the next foundation I have is this one. This is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte Demi Finish foundation. So I have used this foundation. I have used this foundation very less because I don't have the perfect shade in this foundation. So I use 108 and 110, which is also one of the amazing foundation for oily skin girl, which doesn't give any kind of oiliness, which is really good, which stands for more than 8 to 9 hours without giving any shine or oily, and without clogging pores. And the third one is we have the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, which is an amazing foundation for oily skin girls. And after using this also, I did not get any kind of pimples, which is a full coverage. You can see a lot of scars over me. This really creates a super canvas and a natural finish also. It doesn't show like I have applied foundation at all. It is a really good natural kind of a finish it gives. And the fourth foundation I have the PAC HD liquid foundation. This is also a good foundation. You can, if you are a dry skin also, you can use this foundation, which is really good. After using this also, I did not get any kind of pimple. So, and these foundations have different shades, and you can select one of them. The last foundation, and which is very close to my heart, is this one. This is the Lakme 925 Primer Plus Matte Perfect Cover foundation, which is also a really amazing foundation for oily skin. And after using like 12 hours also, I did not get any kind of pimples. So these are the 5 foundation I would recommend to people who have a oily and acne prone skin. So if you are a beginner, please go to store and check with them, with the salesperson. Ask them whether it is a matte or demi matte or whatever, and please check, apply on your face, wait for some time and see whether it oxidizes or whether it matches you, or whether it gives any kind of problem to your skin, and then buy your foundation. Just don't buy your first foundation online, because even I did not know. I have bought so many foundations online and I have rejected them. So please check with the salesperson whether it is a warm undertone or cool undertone. Whatever you have doubts, please ask them, they will explain you. Or do follow some fellow YouTuber who is your complexion or your skin type. Just try them what they suggest you. So for today's video, I'll be applying the L'Oreal Paris Infallible foundation, because I have not used this from a long time. In this foundation I don't have a perfect shade, so I'll be using the 108 and 110. This is a one problem I do face while selecting the foundation, because in India they don't launch a lot of shades. There is 109 which is the perfect shade I would feel, but they don't have in online, so I could not check offline also. So I'll be mixing the 108 and 110, and I'm gonna mix these two shades so that I can create my own perfect shade. So I'm gonna first dot all over my face. So guys, the one more thing I forgot to mention, so when you're buying foundation from store, please apply your foundation on jawline and blend. So if there is a foundation, see, I can blend. So after blending, you need the foundation should match your skin, this jawline and your neck, so that the foundation would be your perfect shade. So I'm gonna blend this foundation with my beauty blender. So I have damped this beauty blender. So I'll be just dabbing like that. So guys, as you can see, this is a little bit thicker foundation. It feels a little bit harder to blend. If that happens with you, please take a setting spray and then just spray all your face so that the setting spray will be there, and after that just blend so that it will be very easy to blend your foundation. So this is one hack that I do if I face this kind of a problem. So guys, as you can see, it's a medium coverage foundation. You can see a little bit of scars. So if that happens, you can take a little bit more foundation and you can build up so that it will cover. So this is a foundation which is a medium coverage foundation. So if you want, you can apply a little bit more and you can cover the scars. First go for very light coverage, then if you want, you can go with higher coverage also. So I'm going to take little bit more this time, as I said. So again, I'm going to blend it with my beauty blender. So guys, as you can see, after applying the second layer, it creates a good base, and it creates a very flawless as well and gives a really good matte finish. So initially go with a very less product and you can build up according to your coverage. So I really wanted to cover my scars, so I used 2 pumps. So if you want a light coverage, you can go with a less product as well. So next we'll be moving on to the concealer. So for the concealer, I have chosen 5 different concealer which I often use all the time in my videos and also in my daily life as well. So the first concealer I have is this one. This is the PAC Takeover concealer, which I have done a full review on this concealer. This is one of the amazing concealer. I really like this one, guys. If you watch my videos in Insta or in YouTube, I use all the time this one because it's a very lightweight, full coverage, and I really like this foundation, and a really good foundation for oily and acne prone skin. After using this concealer also, I did not see any kind of pimple or anything, so I do recommend this one. So in all the foundation, I have 2 different shades because, you know guys, I have a hyperpigmentation. I don't use any kind of orange corrector, so I use a little bit darker shade around my mouth, on the spots to cover that, and I use a lighter shade to highlight my face. So this is the first foundation, concealer. So the next concealer I have this one. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealer. This is also, I have 2 different shades. One is the shade called Caramel and the other shade is called Medium Tawny, and the darker shade I apply around my mouth, and to get the highlighting effect, I use a lighter shade. So this is also a very lighter foundation, full coverage, and I don't see any kind of oiliness, greasiness or any kind of pimples after using this one. So definitely recommend for oily and acne prone skin. So the next concealer we have is this one. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in the shade Caramel and the Soft Beige. This is the perfect skin tone shade, and this is the highlighting shade. So this is a little bit thicker when compared to PAC and Wet n Wild, but it gives a really good coverage. Coverage wise, this is really good foundation concealer, but you have to select a perfect shade, guys. Whether if you select a wrong shade, this doesn't show up that good on your skin, because when I bought the shade Soft Beige, which is a really light for my skin tone, and it was looking very gray on my skin, so I stopped. And when they launched in India, I bought the shade Caramel, and when I mix these 2 shades, which gives a really great coverage, so I would highly recommend this also. So I'll be giving all the shade names, everything in the description box, so please do check that out so that you don't get confused. So the next concealer I have this one. This is also from PAC, which is their Spotlight liquid concealer. This is the thickest concealer I have to say. So this is really thick, but has a really good coverage. It doesn't budge, it doesn't give any kind of oiliness, it doesn't sit on your fine lines. So one of the nice concealer, I have to say. I have used a lot of time. So after they launched the Take Cover concealer, I stopped using. But if they wouldn't have launched the Take Cover, I would have used this only. I really like. So the last and very affordable concealer I have with me is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. So this is also a really nice concealer because it's a lightweight, full coverage, doesn't give oily, doesn't settle on fine lines, very creates a good canvas to your skin. So I really like that. So in today's video I'll be using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer, because all the concealer I have is one shade lighter and one shade darker, but this one, the lighter shade, is really lighter for me. So I'm gonna show you how to use if you have this kind of a concealer, like very dark and very light. I'll be using the shade Caramel first to cover my dark spots around my mouth and to cover my pigmentation. So I'll be using very less product because it's a very full coverage. So go with a very light less product, and if you want you can go with a little bit more also. I'll be just applying like that. So wherever I have a spots, I'm gonna apply on my under eyes also. So if you have a heavy spot that you need to cover, please use your finger and just blend it with your finger, so that you don't the sponge will not soak up the product, and you can see the concealer would have blended very nicely. And this particular concealer is a little bit dries faster, so you to be very fast in blending. So once you blended half of the product, then go with your beauty blender. So as you can see, I have blended half of the product. Now I'm gonna use the beauty blender to blend the concealer. So my beauty blender has dried, so I'm be wetting my beauty blender with the setting spray. So after that you can go like that. So as you can see, it's a really a good coverage foundation concealer. So guys, once after using the shade Caramel, I'm gonna use a shade Soft Beige, which is way lighter for my skin tone. But this time I'm gonna take very light amount. As you can see, I'll be taking a very less product. So immediately I'm going to blend with my beauty blender, because this is a little bit thicker, as I said, and dries a little bit faster. So as you can see, I'm not dragging, I'm gonna just tap it in a blending motion like this. As you can see what I'm doing. So if you have a very light concealer with you, you can just cover it with your darker shade. So once the cream products are done, it is the time to set your face so that the foundation or concealer doesn't crease. So for that I'll be using a loose powder. I have selected 3 different loose powder, which is really good for oily and acne prone skin. So the first one comes is Maybelline Fit Me loose powder. You know guys how much I love this one. So this is a really a good loose powder for oily skin, or if you're a dry skin also you can use, I think, a really good loose powder, and I don't get any kind of pimples after using that. And a recent favorite is this one. This is the Lottie London Ready Set to Go translucent powder, which is a really a translucent powder which has a warm undertone, but it gives a really good translucent effect. So I really like this one. So the last one which I use all the day is this one. This is the Sugar All Set to Go translucent powder. So this powder I use once after I done my skincare to not to get any oily when I'm not doing any makeup. This is one of the amazing translucent powder. These two are such an amazing loose powder, guys. This is my holy grail product, so I do use this one all the time. So today I'll be using the Fit Me one. So you know guys how much I love. So I'm gonna take it in a beauty blender. I'm gonna take it in a beauty blender like that. I'm gonna just look up like that, and I'm gonna apply so that the line will release. So when you do like this, the line will create. When you look up, the line gonna release. So at that time I'm gonna set it, my under eye concealer, and also on my eyelid. So sometimes I do apply my concealer on my eyelid now, so I'll be applying like that. So wherever I apply the concealer, I'll apply my loose powder. You can apply this loose powder on your entire face, but I do use my compact powder. So I'll be first setting my face because I do look very crazy. I'll be using the Fit Me compact powder. So this is in the shade 330 Toffee Caramel. I really like this compact powder, guys, which doesn't give any kind of oiliness or greasiness. So and the Maybelline loose powder and the Fit Me compact powder is one of the amazing combination for oily skin girls. I'll be using my powder brush to set my face. So the other two remaining compact powder I have is this one. This is the PAC compact powder. They have changed their packaging, which also I have, but I like the older one because the new one I bought a lighter shade, so I couldn't recommend. So the next one I have this one. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte compact powder. This is in the shade Caramel. I'm gonna leave all the shade names in the description box, so please do check that out. So this is also really a nice compact powder for oily and acne prone skin. So after using all these products, I did not get any kind of pimples or greasiness, oiliness. So I really like all those products. So once after powdering my face, I like to set my face so that the powder products melts into your skin and gives a really good natural finish. So there are 4 setting sprays which I do recommend for oily skin. So this is the Revolution Pro Fix oil control fixing spray. This is also such an amazing for oily skin. So after using this also, I don't get any kind of oily or dewy and greasy effect. You are a really nice good setting spray. Other than that, I have the PAC instant fixing spray and the NYX matte finish fixing spray, and lastly I have the Revolution Sport Fix extra hold fixing spray. If you have very oily skin, you can go for this. While choosing a setting spray also, please read the instruction, because there are a lot of setting spray, guys, like illuminating setting spray, dewy setting spray, like a fragrance setting spray. So please go read the instructions before buying and go for a matte finish so that you don't see any kind of greasiness or oiliness. So today I'll be using the Revolution Pro Fix fixing spray. From starting I have been using this one. So once after setting my spray, I'm gonna take my beauty blender. I'm just going to dab it like that so that the product instantly sets my face. So guys, all the cream products are set in place. As you can see, my face is looking very flawless and really matte. So this step and this routine stays for me up to 8 to 9 hours without becoming oily or cakey. So I really like this products and these steps. Now is the time to just give a structure to my face. You can use a contour or a bronzer. So if you are using a contour, please use before powdering your face. So in my next video I'll be showing how you can use a cream product. So today I'll be using my bronzer as my contour or bronzer. So for the bronzer, I'll be using the Revolution Mega Bronzer in the shade Warm. So this is a really good bronzer for my skin type girls. So because it is a warm undertone, which gives a really brightening effect as a bronzer. And other than that, I have the this one. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Contouring Palette. As you can see, both the contouring or bronzing is really similar to one another. So I really like these two. You can go with this or you can go with this. It's your wish, guys. But both the things I really like. This is little bit lighter than this one. So I'll be using this shade. So this is a purely a nice shade for my skin tone. I'll be taking in a powder brush. This is the white sheep powder brush. You can use in multiple ways this brush. I have done a full review. I'm gonna leave the card over here or the link in the description box, so please check that out how I use this product. I'm gonna dust off the excess. I'm gonna apply on this portion, as you can see, till my neck, till my lips to this, as you can see in this angle. So this instantly create the illusion of having a shrink cheek. So I'm gonna apply and blend all together. So the same thing I'm gonna do on my other cheek as well. So I like to bronze little bit on my forehead to reduce the size of my forehead. So this time I'll be taking a very less product. I'm not going to just take like that and apply. I'll take very less amount and then I'll be starting blending like that. So as you can see, I'm gonna brush so that it doesn't look very patchy also. I'm gonna apply on my jawline. So I'm gonna place like that and then I'm gonna blend it with the same brush. And also guys, if you want to get a sharp bronzing effect, please take a loose powder in a beauty blender and then do like this. This is called reverse contouring. So once you just apply like that and brush with the blend with the brush, it creates a good cut kind of a thing, so that this gives a really good illusion of having a very sharp bronzing effect. So next we'll be moving on to the blush. For the blush, I'll be using the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the shade Mellow Wine. So this is a really nice blush guys. It's a very pigmented blush. So if you have any skin, if you have any complexion, this would be a nice blush. So particularly for my complexion girls, this would be a nice blush. So because it's so pigmented and it's a mauvish pinkish shade, this gives a really good cheeky good rosy cheeks. So I'm gonna take very less amount with the same brush and then I'm gonna tap like that. So and then I'm gonna blend with the same brush. If you feel the blush is too much, then please take a beauty blender and just blend it with your skin. So this after some time this will settle down and creates a very natural finish. So next we'll be moving on to the highlighter. For that I'll be using this one. This is the Revolution highlighter in the shade Rise the Bar, which is a really warm golden undertone highlighter. I really like this one guys. I have done my favorite top 7 highlighter, which I am going to leave in the description box, so please do check that out for my favorite highlighter. So I'm gonna apply this on my highest points of cheekbone. As you can see, I'll be taking very less product, and if I want I can apply one more time. So initially go with less product, then if you want go with high product, take more. So I'm gonna apply a little bit on my nose like that, and then on my forehead. So if you want to apply, you apply, otherwise you don't have to apply guys. It's not a mandatory. So once after the highlighter, I'm gonna take my setting spray again to spray all over my face. So I'm gonna spray one more time, so that the bronzer, blush and highlighter will also set. So I like to spray my setting spray twice, so that I can see a very flawless base. So guys, as you can see, my face is looking very flawless. I'm gonna do rest of my makeup and I'm gonna show you my final result. So guys, this is the final makeup look. I created this eye look using the ColourPop So Jaded palette. This is such a fun color eyeshadow palette. I really wanted to play with these colors, and this tutorial will be up on my Insta page, so please check that out. So guys, I hope this video will help you to get a flawless base makeup for oily and acne prone skin. I hope most of the doubts I would have cleared. So if you have any doubt or if you have any particular video request, let me know in the comments. I will do it for you guys. Do follow me on my Instagram as well, and if you like this video and if you're new to my channel, please take a moment to subscribe and click the bell icon. Whenever I post a video, you'll be notified, and all the product names, shade, everything will be given in the bottom bar. Please do check that out, and I'll see you in my next video guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, take care.